Hello and welcome back to another episode of Just an Average Metalhead. Yet again, it is me, your host, the Fresh Prince of Darkness, Matt. Today we are doing something a little bit different to what I normally do, but it was a concept that I thought of and it genuinely just would not get out of my head until I filmed it. So today I'm going to do something called the Tracks of My Years. I am going to be going through every year from when I was born to 2023 and just going running down some some of my favourite tracks from each year I have been alive. I've just gone through my 31st birthday, and I thought it was just a very good idea to do. Some years it's just a song. Some year there are multiple because I could not nail it down to just one song that I love from that year. So without further ado, we are starting in the year I was born, 1999. There was quite a few songs which could have made this year, but there was one that outbeat everything, and that is Dry County by Bon Jovi. What a song. For me personally, I think it is the best song Bon Jovi have ever released. It is such a slow burn throughout, but when it boots off in the middle, the guitar solo is perfection. It is just it is like a proper roller coaster of a song. Crank, 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 and then it drops and all hell breaks loose. It is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So, 1993, I've gone for Penny Royalty by Nirvana. For me personally anyway, this is Kurt Cobain's finest hour. From the last ever Nirvana album In Utero, it is absolutely perfection. Personally, I think the version from Nirvana Unplugged is the standout version of the song. But overall, this song, the melodies are great, the lyrics are great. It's for me, it's Kurt Cobain. It's Kurt Cobain's finest hour. It is fantastic. 1994, Manic Street Preachers. She is suffering. One of the most bleak songs I've ever heard in my life, but the actual musicianship of the song is fantastic. Like I've said before, it's from the Holy Bible album by Manic Street Preachers. It is just absolutely amazing. I A lot of people think of the Manics as this radio friendly like bubblegum rock band, but they really aren't on this album. It is one of the darkest albums I've ever heard in my life, but it is absolutely incredible. I love it. We go to 1995, probably from their song from one of the best major label debuts of all time. I've gone for "Pulling Teeth" by Green Day. It was a song from the album Dookie, but this song is how a song could be this joyous and upbeat with such a dark premise and lyrics is unbelievable. It's a song about a guy suffering domestic abuse, but they managed to make it really upbeat and just I don't know. The song itself is absolutely incredible. I know it sounds like I'm making light of it. I'm really not. But the actual song is incredible. But to be fair, every song on Dookie is a 10 out of 10. I could have picked any track from that album. But for me, yeah, Pulling Teeth is probably one of the best. It's got one of the best sort of it's got like Nirvana. It's got sort of that pop sensibility behind it with a dark undertone. It's fantastic. Sorry, having a bit of a sore throat today. 1996. We have got two songs for 1996 because I could not pick between them. For a start, we have Outlaw Torn by Metallica. It's from the Load album. Again, personally for me, I think that this is probably one of the best songs that Metallica have ever written. It is personally my favourite Metallica song. James Hetfield's voice just soars throughout this track. It is a proper heart and soul track from James Hetfield on this album. You cannot go wrong with it. It is absolutely incredible. I love this song so much. Again, I think the best version of this song is on the S&M album, but personally, this is one of my favourite Metallica songs. Well, my favourite Metallica song, and there are so many to pick from. I'm going to be doing a video where I rank every single Metallica album from worst to best, and just with this song alone, Load is going to be quite high up in that category. And the other song from 1996 is Floods by Pantera. No word of a lie, this song has the best guitar playing of all time. Dimebag's performance on Floods it's otherworldly. That guy achieved something incredible with this song. Absolutely amazing. For me, this song is Dimebag's legacy. If somebody asked me, "Oh, what was so special about Dimebag as a guitar player?" I would play him Floods. The solo and the outro to this song is just absolutely amazing, and this song is the reason why I got into Pantera. This song and the title track from the album, it's from the Great Southern Trail and Kill. The out guitar part, it's so country but so metal at the same time. It's as like Phil says at the end of the Great Southern Trail, let's bring it home Southern style. Right, 1997. Probably for me, it's a bit of a left field Green Day track from this year, but it is redundant by by Green Day from the album. I think it's Nimrod. Yeah, it is Nimrod. Sorry. Yeah. Wow. It's one of the most underrated for me. It's one of the most underrated ballads in Green Day's catalogue. It's where they still had sort of that punky tone behind them before American Idiot and that came along. Well, more Warning came along, but the words to this song are heartbreaking, but it is absolutely amazing. I love this song. I always have. Again, I'm probably going to do a bit of a deep dive and rank Green Day's albums, and for me, Nimrod it's going to be fairly high. It's kind of I describe Nimrod as sort of like the middle point of early Green Day and latter Green Day. It's the perfect amalgam of both. I know people say Warning is that, but I think Warning is the next evolution. 1998. There's two songs from 1998. Bit of an odd choice for a start. It's Children of the Corn by Korn from the album Follow the Leader. It's got Ice Cube on this track, and the reason I love this track so much is where I was introduced to a proper rapper for a start. Is where my love of hip hop sort of came from. Because before that, all I really had was Fred Durst when I first heard this song, and as much as I love Fred Durst, he's not exactly the best rapper on the planet. But yeah, I got introduced to Ice Cube, and the combination of the new metal sound and Jonathan Davies with a proper rapper on top of it with Ice Cube absolutely blew me away. I love this track. It confused the hell out of me the first time I heard it, but yeah. Some of the stuff on Follow the Leader hasn't aged that well, but Children of the Corn is bang on. Love it. My other choice from 1998, as you can probably tell, I'm a Maiden fan, and we've got a Bruce Dickinson solo track next. It's the song Chemical Wedding. While Maiden were kind of floundering in the back half of the 90s, Bruce Dickinson was bringing out some amazing material, and the song Chemical Wedding from the album of the same name is absolutely ace. Love it. His voice throughout it is great. but maybe don't watch the film that he made of the same name. It's a little bit pants. We're going to 1999. And we're going for a track from the debut Slipknot album. It's my favourite track from the album, and that is Only One. Oh my god, this song pummels. It is so good. Like, it's so threatening. Like, just that whole Only One of Us Walks Away is just fantastic. Again, I could have chose any track from the debut Slipknot album. It's probably close. It's probably my favourite Slipknot album. I kind of bounce between that and Iowa, like a lot of people, I suppose. But for me, Slipknot, the debut album, is again one of the best debut albums of all time, and I absolutely love it. Right, we're bowling through because we've got a lot of songs to go through. But my pick from the year 2000, again, it's no surprise. I have gone for The Thin Line Between Love and Hate by Iron Maiden. It is a track from the album Brave New World where Bruce Dickinson came back as a singer, and the original, more well-known Maiden lineup was back in its full with the addition of Yannick Gers, the guitarist he had in the 90s. So we had a triple guitar attack now instead of two. Yeah, this song for me, it's a song off the first Iron Maiden album that came out since I actively got into rock and metal, and this song proved, like, listening back to it now, it was sort of like, wow, yeah, Maiden were back with this. Like, the instrumentation on this song is fantastic. Bruce Dickinson's voice is just, it's on another level with this track. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Yeah, it just really sort of cemented that, yeah, Maiden were back. They wasn't playing around. And yeah, like I said, Bruce's voice was just something special. We go into 2001. In 2001, my first pick is probably a bit of a strange one, because I know a lot of people are not a fan of this song at all, but I personally think it's great, and it's the song that introduced me to an absolute legend, and that is Dreamer by Ozzy. Like, I don't have to say how much I like Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne is amazing, and I know a lot of people think this song is like a bit wimpy. I mean, it's it's yeah, it's probably one of the more poppy Ozzy songs that I like, but it's the first Ozzy song I ever heard, and I can't complain about it. It is just fantastic. Like, even the guitar solo and stuff on it is fantastic. The bass playing from Rob Trujillo before he joined Metallica is fantastic. I cannot complain, and it led me to being a massive Ozzy fan. So there's I can't argue with that. Yeah. There's a couple of other choices from the Ozzy album that came out this year, but for me, because it's the first one I heard and it's got a special place in my heart, that's why I've picked it. We're going to the opposite end of the scale now. We are going for Slayer Disciple from the album God Hates Us All. This song is like getting sonically punched in the face. This song is filled with so much spite and venom from Slayer. It's unbelievable. Tom Araya, it sounds like the angriest person on the fucking planet. But oh my god, this song, when I first heard it, there was no words. It was just, okay, we're going through that one again. And I think I did that like 4 times in a row. Just that scream from Tom Araya of giving it the whole God Hates Us All is just, oh, I love it. It's so damn good. And going for my third choice from 2001, which is the the title track from the album Lateralis by Tool. The song Lateralis is just a class in writing, in songwriting. Like, Tool are incredible, and understatement of the year. But yeah, they outdid themselves on Lateralis. Just like the changing time signatures, Maynard's vocals throughout, just like I've said multiple times, more accomplished people have spoken about the album Lateralis than me, and are gonna do a better job than I ever could. But for me, Lateralis is still the first draft pick for best Tool album, and I'm like, seeing them live has nailed that down for me, and really cannot wait to see them live again next year, because it's probably going to be my gig of the year again next year. But yeah, Lateralis by Tool, just an insane song, and yeah, there's not a lot more I can say about it. We bump into 2002. First song is Here to Stay by Korn. This was when I was peak getting into new metal and really starting to get into this shit, and yeah, that opening bow, 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 of the bass. Oh, oh, yeah. As a bass player now, and I listen back to that song, I'm like, oh, it just gives me the shivers. It's amazing. Like, this is Korn at their most powerful. Untouchables for me is the best Korn album. I know a lot of people will go Follow the Leader or their first Korn album, but for me, Untouchables is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Again, I'm probably going to rank all the Korn albums at some point. That one actually be a pretty fun one to do, because I need to have a good old deep dive into Korn again, because it's been a while since I've had just a good Korn session. And my last track from 2002 is the song Gasoline by Audioslave. I very nearly picked Like a Stone. I love Like a Stone, but Gasoline just pinned it for me. What is not to love about Audioslave? It's all the members of Rage Against the Machine with Chris Cornell on vocals. I mean, you can't. That is just, it's just fantastic. I say fantastic too much. Sorry. Yeah, it's just incredible. I love that first Audioslave album. It is a 10 out of 10 album, but you know, everybody knows that fucking Audioslave were wicked. Yeah, Chris Cornell's vocals on this track just really saw through. Tom Morello just being Tom Morello is always a good idea. Right, we're going to 2003. Probably one of the best closing tracks of an album I've ever heard in my life, and that is Whisper by Evanescence. Oh my god, is that a hidden gem on that album that not a lot of people don't talk about. But to be fair, when you've got tracks like Bring Me to Life and Going Under and My Immortal on there, people are never going to talk about all the tracks on that album, because those songs are just home runs. Yeah, Whisper is like the way it builds up. It's so haunting. It's got quite like an evil vibe from it, which is quite different for Evanescence, I find. And just the last like closing part of the like choir chanting in Latin really gives it that dark presence, and I love it. So good. Right, next one. It's Party Time. Of course, I could not have gone to 2003 and not pick a song from The Darkness. It is Friday Night. Oh my god, how can you not have a good time with Friday Night? It's a banger every time they play it live. I've managed to see them play it live twice, and I'm hoping to see it again, because I cannot get enough of The Darkness in my life. But yeah, Friday Night is a worldie. Like, nothing's gonna beat that song. Like, I know people go, I believe in a thing called love, but Friday Night is the one. It is the one. Okay, into 2004. Sorry, I got a bit full of myself there. I like that. Yeah, okay. weird pick. I know a lot of people would not pick this track, but Back in the Day by Megadeth. Oh my god, this song slaps. It's so fucking good. I know I heard it in a weird way. I heard it on a fucking Daffy Duck cartoon with Megadeth actually in the cartoon. But oh my god, this song has been like a staple of my life from the moment I heard it, and I cannot fucking put down how much I love this song. Like, Dave Mustaine sounds fucking fantastic. Oh, yeah, the guitar playing on it's great. Like, yeah, just sort of going, fuck you to all you posers out there. Which isn't a mentality that I kind of go for. I kind of like let everybody in, but if you're claiming you was there, like in the thrash days, and you wasn't, I kind of see why Dave Mustaine would be kind of pissed. But yeah, if I carry on about Back in the Day, I'm just going to be wise enough about it for fucking 15 minutes. So I'm going to calm myself down because we've still got shitloads of tracks to get through. Okay, an obvious pick for 2004 as well. We've got Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day. How could I not pick this? Like, I remember getting this album for Christmas, and this track just being the standout again. Once it finished, I just restarted the track again. Like a multi-part, bombastic rock opera of a song from Green Day. What is not to love about this? I say he's got your quiet, loud and quiet dynamics, which really help elevate the next sections. But oh, perfect song. Love, love, love the album American Idiot, and I love Jesus of Suburbia. It's an obvious pick. I'm not going to go on about it too much, but Jesus Christ, how much of a good song is Jesus of Suburbia? 2005. Starting it with a baseball bat around the face, it is Suffocating Under Words of Sorrow by Bullet for My Valentine from their debut album, The Poison. Oh my god. This is always been my favourite track from The Poison. The fact that they released it as a single is just next level as well. But the drumming from Moose on this is fantastic. The guitar work by Matt and Padge is just brilliant. Yeah, at the time, sort of like, yeah, 13-year-old me just bit the fucking hook on that debut Bullet album. It was made for me at the time. I loved it. My second pick from 2005 is Soldier Side by System of a Down. We're going from the just absolute battering metal song from Bullet to a real like soaring somber song from System of a Down off their last ever like full length album. Again, one of the best closing tracks of all time. Surge is his vocals are just next level on this track. Yeah, it's just System being like with a point to prove. Like, obviously, I don't think they knew it was going to be their last album, but what a way to go out with at the end of that album. Yeah, hypnotize and mesmerize as like a double whammy together was just. God, I miss System of a Down. I really just want one. Like, even if they just make one more full length album, I want it so bad. Okay, into 2006, we've got a good double hitter this time. We have This Fire by Killswitch Engage. I know it's technically from the deluxe edition of As Daylight Dies, but I had to put it in because I'm a bit of a wrestling nerd. I don't know if you can really see, but the windowsill at the side of me is literally from start to finish all wrestling Funko Pops. And I've got wrestling figures just behind the camera as well. I will have to do a studio setup. Well, not really a studio, just it's my spare room. But my recording setup tour because I've got some pretty cool stuff in here. Yeah, This Fire is not only is it one of my favourite Killswitch Engage songs, it's probably one of the best wrestling intro themes I've ever heard in my life. To one of my favourite wrestlers as well. I genuinely, like, as people say, Cult of Personality is the best CM Punk theme. No, This Fire is the best CM Punk theme. Yeah, just I'm a as it's gonna come through this list. I'm a huge Killswitch Engage fan, and this is one of their finest hours for me. I love this track. And again, an obvious pick for 2006. We're staying pretty heavy, and that is with "Walk with Me in Hell" by Lamb of God. The first Lamb of God song I ever heard. I heard the live version from the live DVD they brought out at the time, thanks to Matt Hammer magazine. Always shout out that magazine being a big part of me growing up. Yeah, "Walk with Me in Hell" is. There's a reason why it's one of the big Lamb of God songs. It is just amazing. Really start at the time was when I really started opening up to like the heavier side of life, and yeah, it made a difference. Seeing that clip made a hell of a difference to me, and I love it for it. Absolutely amazing. Randy sounds like he's been gargling razor blades, but fuck me, is it good? Right, into 2007. Um, Again, there's something about me liking bleak songs. I don't know what it is, but we're going for "Fear of a Blank Planet" by Porcupine Tree. Oh my god, this song is such a snapshot of living in Britain at this time. It is just amazing. I'm sorry. Yeah, "Fear of a Blank Planet" was such a snapshot of living in Britain. It's just so bleak, so dark, and what it was like for a teenager at the time. Just everything was dull, and like, yeah, I wasn't the age that Stephen Wilson was at the time when this came out, but it spoke to me because I was feeling the same shit, but there was nothing to do. Granted, I wasn't taking drugs or other shit that he mentions in the song, but yeah, "Fear of a Blank Planet." It's one of the best songs I've ever heard, but God, is it bleak? But it's fucking fantastic. Next pick from 2007 is probably one of the best metal songs that have been was recorded in the early 2000s era, and that is "Halo" by Machine Head from the Master of Puppets for my generation, the album The Blackening. This song is, for me personally, this is Rob Flynn's masterpiece. Like this, from start to finish, there is not a wasted second. The guitar work is fantastic. His vocals are next level. Like the drums and the bass, like they like provide a perfect engine for this song. It is just amazing. Again, I'm trying to rattle through this pretty quick because we're nearly half an hour through already, and I've only just about to do 2008. Yeah, so 2008 we have "Inside the Winter Storm" by Dragon Force. From their last album, Ultra Beat, with the original singers Zippy Hart. Um, yeah, "Inside the Winter Storm" is just fun, and you know what? I am a sucker for a fun song. I cannot help it. Yeah, it just presses that big red button in me, and I can't help but love songs that make me feel happy. And Dragon Force always makes me feel happy. Like I'm a bit of a weirdo. Like I love ultra bleak songs because they speak to me, but I like songs that make me feel really good as well. Like junk food. But the song itself is great. Like the guitar playing on it is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Right, into 2009, the year I left school. Yay! Um, Start off with "Them Crooked Vultures," "Gunman." Oh my god, the triple whammy of Josh Homme, John Paul Jones Josh Homme on guitar and vocals, John Paul Jones on bass, and Dave Grohl on drums. has led to one of the most fun albums I've ever heard in my life in the Dead Crooked Vultures album. But Gunman is the standout. Like, this is a rock song that makes me want to dance. Like, oh, it just feels so good when I listen to it. It's so catchy. It is fantastic. Now we're going the other way with the pendulum. We're going to Black Gives Way to Blue by Alice in Chains from the first Alice in Chains album. Once they're reunited with singer William DuVall after the death of lead singer Layne Staley. Quite a few years beforehand, but oh my god, Black Gives Way to Blue is a song that honestly has made me cry my eyes out so many times. It's so somber, but it's got such heart behind it. I could not put it on this list. It means so much to me, this song. And knowing that it was from the album that brought Alice in Chains back again, there's zero complaints from me. Absolutely incredible song. People should really check out Black Gives Way to Blue by Alice in Chains. I would check out the song or the full album itself. No complaints here. And the last one, we are going to fucking space. It is The Tsar by Mastodon. From the best Mastodon album, in my opinion, Crack the Skye. I love every Mastodon album, but Crack the Skye just is something special for me. Yeah, a multi-part, absolute spaced out prog metal epic. There is nothing I can say about this song which does it justice. It is just fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Into 2010, we are going with a song from the debut Ghost album. We are going with Ritual. What people say in about Ghost now, you really kind of get it with this song. Like, it genuinely is if ABBA made a metal album, because Jesus Christ, how can a song this upbeat have this like dark satanic lyrics? It's just insane. Ritual is like so damn good. It is like Ghost at their best, and to be fair, Ghost are always at the best. I love Ghost. I don't think they deserve the hate they're getting now. Now they're starting to get bigger. But oh yeah, I would absolutely love Ritual by Ghost. Again, I'm gonna do a ranking of all the Ghost albums at some point, but I'm trying to bowl through as quickly as I can because I'm trying not to make this video go like past an hour. 2011, we have a bit of a underrated gem for me. It was in my video that I made the other day. The Serpent by Rise to Remain, one of the best opening tracks from this era. I absolutely adore this song. Like, Austin's vocals on this, how he can, like, with the harsh and the clean, are fantastic. The band behind him are brilliant. Yeah, that album for me is something special. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't think so, but it is for me. So there we go. And my second song from 2011 is a song by Dream Theater called "Build Me Up, Break Me Down." It is from the first album they made without drummer Mike Portnoy after he joined Avenged Sevenfold after the unfortunate loss of Jimmy the Rev Sullivan. But yeah, "Build Me Up, Break Me Down." Like, I love Dream Theater. Of course I do. I'm a prog. I love prog. Yeah, "Build Me Up, Break Me Down" is I don't know what it is. It just really sort of like plays to like my heart. Like, I really, it really clicks with me. And I forget the name of the drummer they had at the time, but he really sort of sat perfectly in Mike Portnoy's place for a time. I'm recording this and just after the news that Mike Portnoy is back in Dream Theater. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, quickly going into 2012. Sort of this sort of period for me, it was a bit of a weak period for rock and metal, but there's still gems shining through. And for me, "Ghost Walking" by Lamb of God is that. something very different for Lamb of God in this song is it's got a little bit of acoustic in it. Still, it's not like Lamb of God sat round a campfire singing Kumbaya. It's still a baseball bat to the fucking chops. But, oh yeah, it is just... Yeah, I absolutely love this song. It's probably from one of the weakest Lamb of God albums, but like I said, it was still a gem shining through. Into 2013, off one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life, Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon, and it's the last Bring Me the Horizon album I really cared about. Antivist, oh my god, this is a fight starter. Like, and it's Ollie sounding his most northern, with the line in the middle. You could say I'm just a fool that stands for nothing, but to that I say you're a cunt. Come on. Yeah, this song is a fight starter. It's a riot starter. I've been told it goes off live. I still haven't seen Bring Me Live, which it's one I need to cross off my list. Even if I'm not a big fan of the modern output, it's still something I need to experience. But yeah, this was Bring Me the Horizon at their finest. It's that perfect middle point of the early heavier days and what they're doing now. They mesh those two worlds perfectly, and yeah, Sempiternal is something special. And the fact that it came out fucking 10 years ago is scary. 2014, we have Mastodon, The Motherlode. Oh my god. When Mastodon took Going to Space in musical form to its pomp, they came back down to earth and created an amazing, just straight up, like, rock album. But it's Mastodon doing a straight up rock album, so it's still super complicated, but so much fun. The Motherlode is just a pie. Love it, love it, love it. Right, into 2015, we have Majesty by Ghost from the album Meliora. Love this track. Like, I loved Meliora. It's probably still my favourite Ghost album. It's over and done with really quickly, but all the songs are bangers. But Majesty is probably Tobias's greatest moment for me. Well, non-instrumental finest moment, because for me his finest moment is coming up later. But yeah, Majesty by Ghost is just a fantastic track. Quickly go into what is the next one from 2015. This is where, for me, rock and metal really started to, like, crank up the gears and start going again. And we've got A Quick Death in Texas by Clutch. Love Clutch. Just blues rock at its finest. Keep losing my voice. I really apologise. Yeah, Quick Death in Texas is just it's a hip swinger. It makes you want to dance. It's Neil Fallon with his lyrics are always something special, and you cannot go wrong with Quick Death in Texas. I really, really I like. I could have put something from Blast Tyrant on this list. I'm sorry, but there was other stuff at the time because Blast Tyrant is Clutch's finest hour. But I had to pick A Quick Death in Texas because it's always a song that I go to. From the album Psychic Warfare, absolutely love Clutch. We'll go into 2016. A couple of obvious hits again. Hate by Design by Killswitch. It's from the second album, Incarnate, where after Jesse Leach came back in the band after Howard left. So yeah, second album by Killswitch with the original lineup, and oh my god, this, like, for me, Hate by Design is one of the best Killswitch songs. Just eternally goes off live, from what I've been told. Again, I need to scratch Killswitch off my list because they're one of my favourite bands on the planet. But yeah, no complaints about Hate by Design. Like, Jesse is sounding the top of his game. Yeah, I absolutely love Killswitch Engage. I have done with both singers. Absolutely amazing. And again, second one from 2016 is Moth into Flame by Metallica, this for me marked the point where Metallica came back. Like, I like Death Magnetic, but for me it was Metallica by numbers after the misfire that was Saint Anger. But yeah, Hardwired to Self Destruct is the moment where, yeah, that's it. Metallica are back. Let's fucking go. And Moth into Flame is one of the best Metallica songs out of their back catalogue. Again, I'll go into this more when I do my Metallica video, because I am well aware at the time that this video is rolling on. Really should have thought this through. Into 2017, we have Trivium, The Heart From Your Hate. The same as I said about Metallica in 2016, it was the same for Trivium in 2017 with The Sin and the Sentence. Trivium had a few misfires after the absolute fucking class album In Waves. They made the mistake of getting David Draiman from Disturbed to produce the follow-up to that album, and then Silence in the Snow was, again, it was sort of Trivium by numbers, but still there were some great songs on that album, like When the World Goes Cold. But The Sin and the Sentence was really where Trivium came back and was like, right, we're not playing around, let's go. And every Trivium album since has been something special. Next is Jaguar God by Mastodon from Emperor of Sand. This is Mastodon at their proggy goodness, and there is just no complaints about Jaguar God. It is an epic song with such a heart behind it from an album. Like the concept of an album which was helped with the band members of the band's experience with like cancer through relatives and stuff. And yeah, Jaguar God is a heartbreaker, but oh my god, is it an epic song. Like, everybody's playing on 10. Again, one of the best closing album tracks of all time for me personally. And then last choice from 2017 is Poison Pens by Creeper. Again, one of the best debut albums of all time in Eternity in Your Arms. But Creeper bring the punk and a sense of like Meatloaf, Jim Steinman theatre together, and it works perfectly. I love Creeper. Their new album Sanguivore is just something special, but Eternity in Your Arms is still my favourite. Okay, quickly bounce into 2018. We're at the home stretch. We're nearly in the home stretch. American Nightmare by Ice Nine Kills from the album The Silver Scream. If you'd have told me as a kid, oh yeah, there's a band coming along that are going to put your love of horror films and heavy metal together and you're going to go mad for it, I'd have been so happy. Like, yeah, the song that is about the Nightmare on Elm Street films, it's just a load of fun and I cannot go wrong with it. Yeah, Ice Nine Kills are like something that started off as a generic sort of like metalcore band, and they've become something special with Spencer's love of horror films and really expressing that through his albums. They've got that theatricality, they've got that spark now, and they can take it to the fucking moon. And right, here we go with what I say is Tobias Forge's finest moment in instrumental wise, is Miasma by Ghost. There is, again, a roller coaster of a track. Drop into a fucking insane guitar and saxophone solo at the end of this instrumental piece. There is nothing wrong with Miasma. Absolutely amazing. I very nearly picked their cover of the Pet Shop Boys' It's a Sin. But oh my god, Miasma it's such a fun instrumental track. I love it. Okay, into 2019, we have Tool, Numa. Again, Tool are just something special, but this is a drum masterclass. Like, if you've ever seen the footage of them playing it live, but it's just a pure drum cam for this song, is just something crazy. Like, the musicianship on Numa is fantastic. When I heard them play it live a couple of years ago, was something special, and I'm really, really hoping to hear them play it again live next year. Um, yeah, I absolutely adore Tool, but this was one of the standout tracks from Fear Inoculum. I love, love, love this song. Okay, and here we are, my love of Killswitch brought to its zenith. We have the Signal Fire. This is the track that features both Killswitch Engage vocals, Jesse Leach and Howard Jones. The way they bounce off each other in this track is just phenomenal. It is just, yeah, it's a whirlwind. It flies by. The musicians behind them absolutely battering along. No complaints. Okay, into 2020. Boo, the year that we all despised. Um, we are starting with a heartbreaker of a song for me. From a heartbreaker of an album, but a phenomenal album at the same time. We have got Ordinary Man by Ozzy Osbourne. There would never be a time where I thought I would have to deal with the retirement live of Ozzy Osbourne, especially when I had tickets to see him as well, because I've wanted to see him my whole life, and it looks like I'm never going to get the chance now. But this song is Ozzy dealing with his own mortality and looking back at his own life. And with it, it's a strange one as well, as it features Elton John. I never thought the two things would work, but Jesus Christ, they really do work, and I cannot. Yeah, this song makes me choke up when I hear it, but I love it. Yeah, like who would have thought that this day and age we'd have to deal with like Ozzy looking back and yeah, dealing with his own mortality and aging, and well, it makes him feel more real. Yeah, I love that song. Yeah, next track is Catastrophist by Trivium. Best vocal key change I've ever heard in my life. Close to When Love and Hate Collide by Def Leppard, but Matt Heafy on this track is something special. From oh crap, I forget the name of it. Yeah, from I forget the name of the bloody Trivium album. What the Dead Men Say. That's it. Which I personally think is one of the best Trivium albums that they've ever brought out. And yeah, Catastrophist is it's Matt Heafy's finest moment vocally. I love it, love it, love it. And final one from 2020 is Realised by AC/DC. The track that AC/DC brought out that really just confirmed that they are back and ready to play after Brian Johnson had a bit of a hiatus through hearing problems and was replaced by Axl Rose. But yeah, AC/DC did not come to play on that album, and Realise just really enforces that. 2021, of course, you saw this coming. Another song by Iron Maiden. I know there's not that many on this list, but I could not pick Hell on Earth. Hell on Earth is one of the best songs Maiden have ever written from the last album, Senjutsu. And yeah, it absolutely battered live. All the pyro, especially when he was down the front, I got a bit of a sweat on, I'm not going to lie. But oh my god, everybody is playing on 10 on this track. I cannot complain. Again, I will talk about it more when I do my ranking of Iron Maiden albums, and I'll sort of go through the standout tracks from each one. But yeah, love it. My last track from 2021 is Farewell to Flesh by Ice Nine Kills from the album Silver Scream 2 Welcome to Horrorwood. Yeah, it's the song about Candyman, but who'd have thought a metal song about Candyman would make you feel things like that? Oh my god, like it's Spencer's finest moment for me. I cannot complain. I love it. Again, I'm probably going to do a retrospective review on Welcome to Horrorwood because that album came out of nowhere. Like, I was not expecting it to be as good as it is. We're going to 2022 now. Final stretch, here we go. Ghost, Respite on the Spitalfields. Again, one of the best album closers of all time. It's Ghost at their theatrical finest. We've got it throws in everything. We've got choirs, orchestras, just the band playing on 10. Tobias' songwriting just at its finest, cannot go wrong. And then last one from 2022 is Patient Number 9 by Ozzy. Again, who would have thought that Ozzy Osbourne would bring out two of his best albums in his later years? Not me. And again, I'm so excited to hear he's back in the studio. But the song Patient Number 9, just, yeah, it really spoke to me. And yeah, it's just, yeah, Ozzy sounds incredible. It's a heartbreaking no, I'll never get to see him live, but I love Ozzy Osbourne so much. I'm not ready for the day we lose Ozzy. Okay, and then last one. This year, there's only really one choice for this year. As much as I love that new Metallica album, my song to pick from there's only one song to pick from this year, and that is Set Phases by Skindred. Oh my god, is Set Phases one of the best songs of this year. It brings the fun. It's Skindred doing what they do at the highest level, and yeah, absolutely adore that song. It is phenomenal. Okay, that is my list, and that is the tracks of my years. I know it's a bit of an odd collection of songs from everything from pop punk to bloody American metal, but that's just me. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be doing a like a public playlist on Spotify, which I'll put in the description of the track. So if you want to listen to the songs that I've suggested in this as the tracks of my years, you can do. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Keep it heavy and enjoy your days. Catch you later. Bye.